Hey there tech fans, Rick here again with another review, and today I have the DJI OM5 stabilized gimbal for your smartphone. This product is really cool and allows you to instantly capture some buttery smooth footage from your smartphone by simply snapping it in the gimbal, because we all know that when you're recording with your smartphone, you're going to get jerky movements. It's going to seem like you're jumping all over the place. What the gimbal does is anticipate your movements and counteracts that to smooth out the video. Plus, it's got active track built in, which will focus on your face, so wherever you move with this as a selfie, it'll actually keep you in the center of the frame, which is perfect if you're recording videos for TikTok or YouTube or Instagram. It's the perfect companion to take out in the field with you. There are other cool features built in as well, and I'll get into those in a minute, but I'd like to start with an unboxing of the product just to show you everything that DJI includes with the kit. And then I'll take a closer look at the product and explain how you charge it, how you connect your phone, and some of the features that are available. And then I'll actually show you how to use it with your smartphone, because it's an incredibly easy device to use. And DJI is in their 5th generation of stabilized gimbals, and they've built a lot of really cool technology into this particular product. So let's get started with the unboxing. When you first pop open the box, you'll find the stabilized gimbal, the OM5. You'll also find this removable desktop tripod, which is really handy. So it screws right in the bottom. It's a 1/4 inch 20. You can also attach this to a tripod, a normal tripod if you decide to, but I really like this tabletop tripod because it allows me to center it on the table and I can talk to it and do product reviews and everything else with it. You'll also find instruction manuals in there. So there's a basic starter guide, there's a warranty guide, there's a safety guide. So read through those when the product arrives. It explains everything you need to know about the product to use it correctly. You'll also find a really nice wrist lanyard that you can attach to the bottom of it. So if you're out in the field and you're getting excited when you're filming, if you drop it, it's not going to hit the ground. There's also a really nice carry pouch. This thing folds up incredibly small. Like I said a minute ago, this comes off. This is tiny. You can fit this in your backpack or your purse, any place you want to take it with you. Throw it in the bag and that'll protect it from getting scratched up and banging up against other stuff inside that particular backpack. All right, so what else is included? There's a charging cable. This charges off a USB-C, and they include a USB-A to USB-C cable. You can plug the USB-A end into any USB wall charger. You can plug the USB-C end into the unit and it'll charge up really quickly. And there are two other things you need to know about. This is a phone clamp, so when you're using your phone on this, it's magnetically attached to the top of the gimbal, and this clamps around the outside of your phone. And this gets really wide, so you can handle all the new phones. I have an Apple 13, which fits perfectly on there. And they also include a little pad that you can use if you've got a thinner phone or you've got a thicker case, and you attach that on here to sort of act as a buffer so it's nice and secure up against the back of that unit. Now the product itself, again, is the 5th generation product from DJI. They've developed a lot of different gimbals over the years. They make some really sophisticated drones that use gimbals as well, so they understand how to stabilize footage, but they've built in some advanced features here that really separate this from a lot of other stabilized gimbals on the market, starting with the fact that there's a ton of intelligence built into it. So if you're using this with your smartphone, you'll download an application called the MIMO, M-I-M-O app from the DJI store. You can get it from Amazon, you can get it from Apple. And once you have that application, it basically marries your phone to the gimbal, and it provides all kinds of advanced functionality through that software. In that software, there are all kinds of different templates you can use for different recording scenarios. It'll make suggestions on how to record an interesting video for any particular situation you're in. One of my favorite features is the Active Track 4.0. Now that's the 4th generation of that technology, and essentially what Active Track does is it allows the gimbal to zero in on your face. So when you move around, the gimbal will actually follow you through the scene. And that's perfect if you're out in the field and you're doing some kind of talking head video and you want to capture some footage behind you, or maybe you're on vacation and you've got a bunch of friends with you. You can hold the unit out, it'll center on your face no matter where you move it. It's going to keep you directly in the center of the scene. And that's incredibly cool. It also enables you to move between front camera and back camera by using the controls on the unit. There's a little thumb wheel on there that you can move the gimbal around. So if you want to pan across a particular scene, you can use that thumb wheel to pan across that scene. You can start and stop recording. You can take pictures. You can flip between the front camera and the back camera using the trigger on the back. So all those features are built in. But what I like the most about it is just the size, because other gimbals on the market are gigantic. They're just really big, and to take them along, you got to think a lot about where am I going to put it, where am I going to fit it. With this one, it's tiny and it folds up nice and small. So to use the unit, it's pretty straightforward. You basically flip up the arm like this. So you'll basically gently flip up the arm, and then you're ready to go. Now don't turn it on, but you can see on the unit there's a bunch of controls. There's the thumb wheel I was talking about a minute ago. There's a record button up top there. That's the reverse button, actually flip the cameras and flip the horizontal or vertical position. There's a trigger on the other side that has multi-functions built in as well. And finally, a USB-C port where you actually charge the unit. So to use it, it couldn't be simpler. if you've got a smartphone, could be Android, could be Apple, download the Mimo app first, and then you'll use this clamp on your phone. Now, if you look closely at the clamp, and I'll show you a close-up of this, on one side it's got an arrow that says point me towards the camera. So when you put the clamp on, you can put it on one of two ways. You'll want to make sure you point that arrow towards your camera. So in my case, that's the camera, there's the arrow, and you want to center this on your phone. You want to get it as close as you can as the center of the phone. Now, the gimbal will compensate for something a little out of balance. If it's way out of balance, it'll tell you in the application, please center your phone. You're nowhere near the middle. And then there's a little tab on the top here that matches up with a notch on this unit right there, but it pretty much centers itself. So you bring it close. This is pretty cool. Listen to this. Whoa, that magnet is incredibly strong. So once you attach it, now the gimbal's ready to go. And all you have to do to turn it on is tap the power button, which is right over here. I'll tap that. You'll hear the beep. It'll spin up. It'll stabilize your phone. So now it's ready to rock and roll. So let me just start the phone, and I'll open up the Mimo app, which I already have open. So let me get into the Mimo app. Now, once I open up the Mimo app, I'm ready to record anything I want to record on the unit. So let me start off with moving it around a little bit to see if I can capture some footage of me moving around the space. Let me close out this and get back into the main. All right, now I've got the camera facing me at this point. I'll pull the trigger on the back, and that should open up the face tracking, which is exactly what's happening right now. So it's already tracking me. Now, if I move, watch how that camera follows me. How cool is that? So it's going to follow me no matter where I go. Now, if I move around really quickly, it still hangs in there. It still hangs on my face. Now, I can move it also to horizontal. Say I want to do some landscape photography. I can tap the button twice. Now I'm in landscape mode. And again, it's still following me. If I stand up, it's going to follow me up. It's going to follow me down as well. And here's the other cool thing. I didn't even mention this. There's a selfie stick built into the base of this unit, which extends 215 centimeters up. So let me gently extend that real quick. Now watch what happens. It knows that I'm below it, so it actually made the adjustment there to find me. And if I spin this way, there's no way I can shake this thing. So imagine having this thing away from you like this. And the perspective you're going to get behind you, moving it around. Watch how that camera follows me. It knows that I'm here, and it's actually following me all around. So that's pretty impressive. And then the last thing I wanted to show you was just how darn good this stabilization is. So I want you to watch the camera. Let me adjust it a little bit down like this because it's still tracking me. Let me turn that off. And let me adjust the camera down. Now I want you to watch the frame of the camera as I move it around. See how stable that is? Like, I'm really abusing that. I'm moving it around like crazy, and it's keeping a perfectly stable video in front of me. So if I'm not using the selfie mode, and I actually want to record some footage where I'm walking through the woods or I'm exploring a museum, something along those lines, it's going to have buttery smooth footage because it's anticipating my movements, and it's counteracting those movements by moving the camera in the opposite direction to deliver butter smooth footage in the environment you're recording. So fantastic product. I think DJI, again with the fifth one, has really outdone themselves, and really the big benefit of this one over the OM4 is the included selfie stick, which I think is a big bonus because we're always wanting to get that further away from your face when you're recording. I also love the fact that it's got ActiveTrack 4.0, which, to be honest with you, is almost scary on how accurate it is. It's impossible to lose it when it's chasing you, so I like that an awful lot. Everything's included to get started. You can pretty much charge it up, snap in your phone, download the Mimo app, and be recording in a few minutes. So I hope you found this review helpful. I really like talking about this kind of technology, and hopefully you found value in this clip. So thanks again for watching, and until next time, stay nerdy.